So eBay threw this one at me, and you might recall I did a video a little while ago about a really big example of the Galidor line from Lego, which was just a big toy and wasn't even remotely Lego-y. This is not dissimilar. I mean, this is not at all what you would expect from Lego. This is a Nick Deluxe figure 8313 from Lego, Galidor.com on the front, and they were defenders of the outer dimension, apparently. But just, I mean, it's quite freaky. I think his arms actually come a little bit loose. It looks like it was once attached with this a sort of a loop of plastic there, but it's kind of broken free, which makes it even freakier. In fact, there's two loops, so it's managed to break out of two loops, which is impressive. But it's not. Now, see, that is quite clearly a Technic pin. So, if you were feeling particularly bizarre, you probably could attach that arm to another piece of Technic Lego. But that is the only thing about that is vaguely Lego. It looks more Playmobil-esque to my mind. Oh, there's another pin there. How many arms has he got? That must be his other. So his other arm is strangely in with his body, and then there's this sort of wing thruster thing, which again, Technic pin on this end here, but it's all one moulded piece of plastic, just like the big ship version was. And obviously he's kind of designed to have these wings coming out of either side of him, and presumably he can just do away with his arms completely if he feels the need to. Quite where they go when he's not using them, I wouldn't like to tell you, but he's clearly got sort of legs and stuff down in there somewhere as well. But I'm sort of hesitant to get him out because I don't particularly want to keep him, in the sense that I don't want to display him. So I'm not really proposing to do anything that would dent his resale value, if you see what I mean. Has he been out of his box? I don't know. There's a bit of a crease kind of along here, but you can maybe sort of flex it and get him out. I don't know, but as I say, I don't particularly want to, nor do I particularly want to risk damaging the box any more than I have to. But this is quite interesting because this is the range. So this is him kind of transforming, I suppose, from one mode to an increasingly sort of cyborg-esque one to just having two wings instead of arms. I mean, I'm just not really sure what on earth they were thinking when they came out with this as a concept. And I dare say no one else was really sure either, because that's why it got canned. There's that TDN module that I have. It is exactly what it does on the tin. I mean, it actually looks like it's got his arms on the end of it now that you look at those. But that's completely out of scale because it's actually quite big in fairness to it. So we've got a Keck Powerizer, Gens, you can't even pronounce this stuff, Nipol and Shimile, Euripides, which certainly sounds vaguely Greek, Uni, Gorm Deluxe, Nicholas Bluetooth. I mean, seriously. And apparently he also then changes from that mode and he gets a different arm and a different leg and another different arm. And then, I mean, is that a bad guy transformation? I have no idea there are arrows going from, so there's an arrow going from Gorm to there, to that, to him. So is that supposed to be his sort of ultimate thing? I have no idea. I literally do not know what on earth is supposed to be going on there. Presumably, if you read the website or you followed the cartoon, you would understand what was going on. I don't know. And this is kind of, this seems to be advertising what he can do, but that suggests that actually looks like it plugs into that, but it can't possibly. It has to plug straight into him. So it's just all very, very bizarre. I mean, if you ever owned any of these, can you explain to me what on earth was supposed to be going on here? Because so it's got a missile launcher function. Okay, so you click that, and then the missile goes up. Right, okay, got you. But it's not like it's the Centurions, and yet, I mean, what year are we talking about here? Not intended for children under 3 years. Well, I'm not sure who it's intended for, to be honest. But it's so bizarre. It's copyright 2002. It's not even like it was kind of late 90s or anything. This was copyright 2002. So it's just so bizarre that they'd be trying to do something like this just sort of 20 years back, because it's just so completely removed from... I mean, you think about Centurions. I'm just thinking about the sort of the like the sort of cyborgy modular type approach to life. And the Centurions were attaching stuff to themselves in the sort of mid-80s. And this is 20 years on. So why on earth did they think that this was going to be a goer at this point in time? I have no idea. But, it's quite clearly, it's a completely sort of standard Lego symbol on it. They're not trying to mask it. But by the same token, that's the only indication that it's Lego. Otherwise, it's just some sort of generic plastic action figure. It's just... I noticed that in the pack, actually. It looks like some sort of tablet, basically. I don't know what that was used for. Again, I'm not even vaguely familiar with the series. So I don't know if that has any particular significance in terms of quests and things like that, or transformations, or what, I don't know. But yeah, I wasn't particularly looking for it. I just thought I'd grab it to show you, really, just as an example of how far down this sort of particular route Lego actually went, because it's just such a curious idea that they had, that this would be in any way a sensible thing to do, or even a good seller. Because the amount of competition this must have had as an action figure, full stop, is, immense. So why would you, when it's not your sort of unique selling product point-based sort of article? I just don't know. I just can't explain it. I completely struggle to explain it. And it's this sort of thing that, could have brought Lego completely down, because... I'm trying to remember now from the previous one I did, this was before or after Bionicle. I think it might have been simultaneously, and Bionicle saved them where this could have clobbered them. So they're lucky it did, because obviously after that, then they started doing all right again. But this was them, I suppose, trying to respond to, an increasingly electronic-driven youth, so that kids were obviously playing more with their consoles and stuff at this point in time. And so Lego had to respond to that somehow, and they tried to do it with this. So, anyway, as I say, if you know more about the whys and wherefores and whatevers of Galidor, then by all means do let me know in the comments, and I will be fascinated to hear what you say on the matter. Cheers for now.